very new to this YouTube life, so let's go!
So, hi friends, and welcome to Let's Journey with Nontind. with Nontind. Nope, that's not the intro. Hi guys! Okay, welcome to Journey with Nontind. Finally, we are here. YouTube channel. I have been saying that I want to start a YouTube channel for the longest time. I know it's been more than 5 years, child, that I've been saying the same thing, but I really think I need to start this channel. I think I gotta start channel. We are here, we're not looking back. So I thought that it would be a very good idea for my very first episode, a very first video, to do a get to know me tag, so that we can get to know each other. You guys can know who I am, how old I am, what I do on a day-to-day basis, and what was the reason for starting this channel. What was the reason? So here we go with the get to know me tag. So my name is Nontind Kotobe, but for the purposes of this channel, you guys can call me Nontind. That's Nontind. Nontind. Let's journey with Nontind. I am from a small town in the Eastern Cape called Kumcha. So for all my closest speaking hands, Dumwase Kumcha. Eastern Cape. And I am 32 years young. I'm 32 years old, definitely turning 33 in October. So yes, that's a little bit about who I am, what my name is, and where I come from. Now I'd like us to get into what I studied for in university versus what I'm doing now. So I went to the University of Fort Hare in the East London campus. I studied a BCom accounting degree, and right now I am working as a banker. Initially, going to varsity was all about becoming a chartered accountant, but now I am actually quite content as a banker. I'm not going to say which institution, but just know that I'm working in the financial industry. Yes. Where am I based? So I'm currently based in the Western Cape. I live in George, slap bang in the Garden Route. I think we are slap bang in the Garden Route. Very beautiful place to stay. Mountainous, oceans, greenery. It's beautiful, beautiful George. What else? Okay, so why did I start this channel? Hey, why are we here? Get out my book, child. You know, she journals. So let's get out my book. Reasons to start a YouTube channel. So the reasons why I started this YouTube channel, I really wanted to create an environment and to build a community where we influence each other in a positive way, where we create a positive community of encouragement, right? And where we validate each other's dreams and we help each other to move towards those dreams, where we help each other to sift through those negative voices, common sense, which might tell you that this is too big for you. No, how can you want to try something like this, you know? So I really want us to create a positive community of encouragement. I also want this channel to be a space where we are comfortable to talk about, you know, our fears and about facing those fears. I think a lot of the time, and a lot of the ways that fear can stay this big mountain in our lives is when we keep running from it. But when we can face it head on and just be like, okay, so this is why I fear this. These are the reasons why. This is what I think is going to happen. And then once there's no illusion, right? Now you know what it is and you can just see it for what it is, that it's just an idea. It's just a concept in your mind, right? So I also don't want this introduction to start becoming preaching. But anyway, reasons for starting the YouTube channel. This is a positive space It is a positive community of influence and encouragement. Here we push each other and we encourage each other. We give each other the chutzpah, to go for what we want. And we hold each other down, help each other face our fears, call it by its name, and then tell it that it's not going to stand in your way and stop you from getting to what you need. And one of the things that I used to struggle with is that I've always been someone who really wants big things for their lives. And so the things that I want for myself really scare me. It's even scary to even speak it out loud. I'm too scared to even voice this because I'm afraid of the disappointment and all these things. But then I've realized that the bigger your dream is, or when something is so scary to you, usually that's because you can't do it yourself. We need God in this journey. We need him, and he gives us these big dreams that only he can, bring to pass in our lives. But obviously we got to have faith, and that faith got to have words. We'll talk about all of that. And another thing that we're doing in this channel, we're taking responsibility for ourselves. We are taking responsibility, betunani. We are taking account, and we are making necessary changes. If we can look at what we've produced and we know we're not happy, then let's give each other the tools. Let's give each other the wisdom, and let's hold each other up and hold each other to high standards and just remind each other of our goals. So this is the reason why I started this channel. I really want this channel to be a positive space, to be a vulnerable space for us to talk about, I'm over 30. I'm over 30, and I think I've got a bit more wisdom now since my 20s. I've made my mistakes. I'm learning from them. I know what I want. I feel like I really know what I want. Verbalizing what I want has really always been an issue for me. But, here we can help each other grow stronger, help each other, give each other the language to speak when it comes to really being able to say what we want to say. But also, this is not just a space of that. We're going to do covers for songs. We're going to sing. We're going to have fun. We're going to do vlogs. Guys, this is really a journey. I just want to take you guys along with me on my journey. And I really want us to go hand in hand with each other. As I started the channel, I said, hi friends, right? I really want us to be a close community of just positive vibrations. So another question that I thought would be a good question to ask is, what am I preparing for? So I was listening to Les Brown the other day, and he talks about, is he still alive? We're gonna have to edit that out. So Les Brown talks about how in life you don't get what you deserve or what you want, but you get what you're prepared for, what you prepare for. So in this season, I just ask myself, and I want you guys, to take the time to ask yourselves this question: what are you preparing for? What are you actively preparing for on a day-to-day basis, maybe even weekly basis, in light of achieving a certain goal? So I would say I am preparing for spring. I'm joining the gym, guys. Yeah, but this is true. I'm joining the gym. I'm preparing for spring. I know I love summer dresses. I love things that show my arms. I love a flowy dress with a nice slit, and I want to be comfortable in that. So I'm preparing for that by going to the gym. Also taking part in some healthy eating, drinking that water. But on a more serious note, I would say that I am preparing for the success of this channel. I think, learning what I have to learn, actually starting, Google says that you can't grow if you don't start. So there's nothing to build on if that first leap, is not taken. So yeah, man, I'm preparing for success. I'm also preparing to use my talents a lot more. So like I said, I can sing as well. And I'm working on a project with a friend of mine. So that's something else that I'm preparing for. So yeah, that's a little, tidbits here and there. A question that I heard watching Crystal Renee Hayat's channel. She is Fatima from Sisters. She is the Fatima in Zatima, right? So, but she asked the question, what are you going through and what are you growing through in this time? So I thought that would be a good question for me to answer for this Get to Know Me tag. I would say right now what I'm going through is, so I was in the Eastern Cape last year and I've come back to George because I had to start a new job. So what I'm going through is a lot of adjustment, readjusting to the area. And as much as I've been here before, it does feel a bit different because it's a different organization. Finding myself being by myself because the people that I was friends with have since moved on from George. So having to start over, you know, in terms of friendships and all that. So I'm going through an adjustment. I'm going through adjusting to solitude or leaning into but in isolation, because sometimes I do feel like, okay, I'm a bit isolated, I'm by myself, but I also don't want to be out here in these streets all the time, do you know what I mean? But yeah, and so I think what I'm growing through is having to become comfortable by myself, having to be okay with that, you know? But I've always been someone who can sit at a restaurant and have, you know, supper or lunch by themselves. And I have a great time in my company, but sometimes it can be a lot with you, you know. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going through right now. What I'm going through is an adjustment into this new space, leaning into the isolation or the solitude, and I'd say I'm growing through that. You know, it's making me a better single, because when your single state is the best time for you to grow, to get to know yourself. So without the distractions of lots and lots of friends or too many things going on, I'm really having an opportunity to lean in on myself as well, get to know me, what I like, what I really don't need, you know, and all those things, and just being honest with myself. So yes, betunani. Let me to this book, see if I didn't miss nothing. So yeah, that was a young Get to Know Me. Just by the way, I am single and I am ready to mingle. So if you know, you got a brother or a cousin. Side, and I hope we can grow together. And I'm so excited and so proud that this is happening, So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this Get to Know Me tag. I hope that you've actually gotten to know me a little bit more. For those of you who have no idea who I am, I just hope it's given you a little bit of insight on who I am. And for the girlies that already know me, I hope this content and this conversation has been consistent with what you know. But yeah, but tonight let's grow together and see you next time.